Hello everyone, and today we have 8 Sims in 8 minutes. Well, it was 4 hours for me, but it's going to be 8 minutes for you, which means we are going to be doing this very, very fast. You're going to notice this. I spent at least 2 hours editing this video. I pretty much cut out anything that wasn't picking the correct outfit that they ended up wearing. I put a lot of time into this family in terms of making sure they looked good. I really like their outfits, they kind of flow together. This family is the Steel family. They are for my save file. And so I actually just put a lot of thought and care into them and how they looked and their traits and their likes and dislikes. We have a little bit of drama in the family. So this family does consist of 8 Sims, so it is 2 adults, 4 children, and then 2 elders as well. Their last name is the Steel, and then the grandparents are the grandparents on the maternal side, so they have a different last name. Their last name is Quinn, like quintuplets. It's like a foreshadowing of the fact that their daughter was gonna have quintuplets. So the 4 kids are quintuplets. Currently, we're making the dad. He's not really the best sim. He's a snob. He's a perfectionist. He's materialistic. We're gonna kind of see that the family doesn't really like him that much. He doesn't really have a great relationship with his kids. I'm sure everything started off fine, but he's really just not that great of a person. He's really focused on his career and just does not put the time into his family that he should. His wife, on the other hand, who we are starting, is a super sweet, super kind, super compassionate person, and she is very family oriented. She is a stay-at-home mom, wants to be with the kids, does painting a little in the free time. I don't really think that her husband believes in her painting abilities, but she does sell. So if you do end up playing in the save file, she'll have a lower level painting skill. So that's kind of fun. There's definitely a lot of storytelling aspects here. I did a lot of things, even with favorite colors. You'll notice when we go in later and I kind of show you the Sims at the end of this video, you're going to see that a lot of the Sims actually the kids dislike their siblings' favorite color, and so there's a lot of fun stuff like that going on. They also all hate egotistical Sims, which happens to be 2 of the 3 traits for the dads. So if that isn't telling of the family dynamic, I don't know what is. I think their marriage started off great at first, and then it's just kind of faded over the years. Definitely a fun family to play with. If you are in the save file and want to break up a marriage, it's, the marriage was okay, right? No guilt here. They are not a perfect family in terms of perfect relationship. Now, the grandparents, on the other hand, who you will see later in the video, they have that super strong, they're super close with all their grandkids, they're super close with their daughter. They aren't a fan of their son in law, but you win some, you lose some. The grandparents do not actually live with these Sims in the save. The grandparents live in their own house in the island living world. That's because I imagine they bought their retirement home. The house that these Sims live in, I actually imagine was the grandparents' house, and then they sold it to their daughter so their family could live somewhere, and then they went and bought the retirement house. Their retirement house at Speedbuild is going up this weekend, so please keep a lookout for it. It's super fun. I've never built a house like that. I love it so much. But I specifically designed it for grandparents. They bought a very islandy home. They left it very islandy, and then it's a 2-bedroom, and the second bedroom is specifically for the grandchildren to come and visit them. So if you have growing together and want to play with the elders and do a sleepover, the house is designed for all 4 of the grandchildren to come and stay at the house. And so there's this really cute story. We are working on the second one now. Again, this goes very, very fast. We are already on our 4th sim of 8. The first 2 took more time to make, only because we did have to do their appearances and stuff. And all the other sims, we just played with genetics, nothing crazy there. So as you go through, like I said, I spent a ton of time on the outfits. You'll see more detailed versions of them in a little bit. Don't worry. I left in some of the fumbling around, but I literally, once again, I'm just paging through stuff, trying to find the cast that works right. You're also going to see me jumping around a little bit here. I went ahead and I just made all of the other Sims. And so I'm going to go through, set some of their traits, stuff like that. I might jump around with likes and dislikes a little bit, but they all have them. They are all very much set up Sims. This Jet, okay, story with Jet. He doesn't have a good relationship with his father. The other kid, Zane, does actually. He's the only kid that has a good relationship with his father. But Jet, I imagine like he's got that same jacket that Max has in Get Together. And so I'm imagining like a Romeo Juliet situation, family rivals, and that's what I see going on in there. Like Max's family rivals and Jet's family rivals. Anyway, I'm very excited to set up that storyline of the save. So definitely keep an eye out for that because I think it's going to be super duper fun. I have so many great ideas for the save. I'm so excited about building a save file. I just have so much love for The Sims, and it's so much easier to build houses when you have Sims on mine. And so being able to build houses for these Sims, and as someone who like doesn't play with townies, I'm making Sims I have no intention on playing with outside of like maybe marrying into my core families or whatever it may be. It's really cool to be building these houses and making these Sims and being sad that I don't get to play with them. Like, I don't get to play the stories I've made for these Sims. So that tells me I'm doing a good job because I'm truly putting a lot of detail into the save file. You can see we're making the grandpa now. I had so much fun. I never play with elders. I never dress elders. I never make elders. So I had a lot of fun giving them like their tropical clothing. I had a lot of fun just putting all these like older people clothes on them and dressing them up very spiffy. I really hope you can see the love and dedication and passion I put into making these Sims, even with how fast we're going through this video. So we are getting to the end here soon. We're gonna get ready to jump in to me showing you them in CAS. I'm going to say goodbye, and you are going to say hello to pre-production Trick Tomboy. I hope you all have a wonderful day. But bye, guys. Enjoy the look through. Alright guys, let's take a closer look at the Steele family. So this is Toby Steele. I'm just going to put his likes and dislikes here. I'm not going to read them all. I gave them a ton. These are his traits. I'm just going to pan over all of their outfits, show you their likes and dislikes. And if you want to look at anything more in depth, go ahead and pause the video. Next, we have his wife, Sadie. Here are her likes and dislikes. Go and look at her outfits. Formal, athletic, sleep. I really loved how some of her outfits turned out. I got to use some items they haven't used before. Here is their daughter, Poppy. She has a purple theme to her outfits. Her sister has a pink theme. Again, really just loved how the outfits turned out. She is so cute. Here are her likes and dislikes. Sister is absolutely adorable. And just overall, some really fun outfits. Really enjoyed making these Sims. Here are her likes and dislikes. Brother Jet, I think him and Max are going to have a rivalry. I think Max might really like one of his sisters. And so I think there's going to be some fun dynamics going on within the town. Here are his likes and dislikes. Next we have Zane. Here are his likes and dislikes. Zane's kind of weird. He's the only kid that seems to have a good relationship with his father. Again, has some fun outfits. Really enjoyed making the boys. Here is the grandfather. Eric, likes and dislikes shown. Does live in the island living world. So definitely he's got an old person feel and vibe to him, but he's just enjoying his retirement. Here are her likes and dislikes. And then there's Erin here. Again, very tropical, very light, with the exception of a couple outfits like her athletic. But she definitely has some fun outfits and very grandma-y.